Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another beautiful day here at the tropical paradise that is Cameron House Marina on Loch Lomond. I'm Ruben Mercer, I'm a sales manager here at Marine Sales Scotland, and this is a Quicksilver 755 weekend. Now, this has to be as brand new as pre-owned gets. Why? Well, let me tell you. So it's a 2018 hull stamp, but she was commissioned and delivered in March of 2020. Since then, she has only run 14.7 hours on her 200 horsepower V6 4.5 litre petrol engine. As I said, 14.7 hours, which is effectively as brand new as pre-owned gets. Now, the owner I've seen down maybe 4 or 5 times. He did buy the boat off us brand new in 2020. And it's had freshwater use only, so it has had a very, very easy life. The spec on it is phenomenal. You can see there that starts with the Simrad radar system. You've got everything that you could want, like your four-deck sunbathing cushions. You've got your electric anchor winch as well, diesel heating, absolutely everything that an individual could want to weekend on. So let's jump on at the back here, but before we do that, we've got flexi teak decks. Better than teak because they don't weather. They're also a lot more grippy underfoot, and you don't get those little splinters that you sometimes get on weather teak while you are walking barefoot on them. At the back there, you've got your sort of aft enclosure with the canopy. Moving on then, you've got sliding doors inside, but just at the initial point of entry, we've got a transom cold water shower. Perfect. Let's take a little look inside. So the bimini overhangs and is factory sealed just sort of about here. If you could just drill a hole straight through there and see. You've got your 2 Fusion stereo system speakers outside. You've also got another 2 on the inside. We'll cover that in a minute. Blue LED mood lighting, and then you've got a white night light as well. There we go. Now, it is a sort of sports activity vessel, so a lot of people may fish off this at night. There are rod holders if you want to do that. A lot of people would also tow people behind them in the water using the Y-piece. So by having that white light out here, just gives you the usability to use her in all 4 seasons at all times of the day or night. So what can we do with this? Well, the table is non-skid. What we can do is we can drop it down. We can also move the backrest back, and that would turn this into a complete and total daybed sunbathing area when the weather is nice for you. I'll do that now. So the table drops down. The back seat is hinged, so you've got this huge daybed area without the need for any extra supports. Now, what's underneath us? Well, the engine is tucked away under there. Underneath here is the lazarette. We do have our gas bottle for the onboard cooking system stowed away in there, and then tucked down in there are your battery isolators. What I'll do is I will get this back up again, we'll get the canopies down, and we'll take a look inside at the cabins. Let's do that. Canopy back safe and secure. Aft cockpit in the lounging position. Let's take a little look inside. So the glass sliding patio doors are a great addition to any boat, especially here in the UK or further afield even. When the weather does turn, you really want to have them on your side. Why? Well, if you imagine it's pouring with rain outside, you can shut yourself off from the elements, but so quickly. Slide them across, take all the canvas off, open up these huge hull side windows and the sunroof, and you can just let natural air flood into here at the same time. Now, straight off to the starboard side, we do have the galley, and it is consisting of a single gas burner. We've got a stainless steel cold water sink. Just behind that is the onboard diesel fired Wallace heating system, and then just tucked down here is our onboard fridge with freezer compartment. Now, the fit and finish to the boat is really ultra high quality. It's finished so much better than its rival, as you know, Mary Fisher 755. We've got loads more amenities. The trim, the upholstery, the build quality, everything just trumps one of you know's most popular models. So what we've got underneath here is you've got storage tucked away in there. There's also another huge storage locker just underneath the seat. Now, just remember that the boat is very much lived in. The owner hasn't yet taken his stuff off, so there are still a few bits and bobs in the lockers. We've got 2 huge midship storage lockers as well here. That one I'll just show you, despite the fact there is lots of stuff in it, but you can see how deep that is. You can get wetsuits, cleaning utensils, everything tucked away in there. We've got another one under this section here. All your pots and pan storage is next to the fridge, and appropriately it is next to the galley. What we can do is, on this port side, you can drop this table down and that will form a day bed here, or it'll also form your third berth. So you'll get 2 in the forward master, 2 midship, and then you can get another 2 up here should you need to. We'll come on to that in a minute. What we'll do now is we'll cover the helm position. So the helm consists of a Simrad VHF. Also tucked away underneath, you've got your Fusion Bluetooth stereo system. You've then got twin analog dials, so you've got a tachometer, and you've also got your speedo, electric trim tabs, electric anchor winch, and then you've got your Simrad 9-inch display. So I always compare this to the likes of an iPhone when explaining it to customers, because it's so user friendly. That is effectively your home button, and then you've got your whole list and array of different options. So you've got chart plotter here, you've got an echo, you've got a structure finder, and then you've got a radar as well. So it's got chart plotting capabilities, GPS, radar. You've got all your instruments as well. The engine needs to be fired up for them to be appearing, and then you've got your navigation. Again, more engine information right there should you want to use it. Now, as I mentioned, hours wise on the boat, don't take my word for it. There you can see 14.7, it is literally nothing. Bear in mind these engines are due to do 3,000 to 5,000 hours. So 14.7, it is well in its infancy. So we've got our head in there, tucked away in there is the aft sort of cabin area, and then to forward is the master. So you've got tucked away in here a 12 volt socket and little bits of storage as well. There's also the pre-wiring, so if you want to get a TV in there, you certainly can do so. You've got these huge hull side windows. When I say huge, they're very, very long and elongated, and that gives you good visibility and lots of natural light to wake up to in the morning. A mid-net covers the skylight if you want to keep it open, and then you do have a very large off-centre double bed. There is storage underneath that. There is also storage underneath my feet right here as well. You can see the little locker from where you can pull it up and access the bilge. So there's the bilge pump just off to the bow, and then you've got loads of storage space tucked away in here should you need to use it. Perfect. So they've done very well to get a heads compartment in here. Now it's a pump flush sea toilet with a waste tank. You do have that curtain for your own privacy, and there is a light if you need to go to the toilet during the dark. Now tucked away here at the aft is the second berth. So what we have is a 12 volt socket to charge your phones, and then you've also got a blue LED mood light, and you can tap that once as well. It's got an infrared sensor on it that will give you just your typical white light. You've got recessed storage areas down there. There isn't any storage underneath this because it is sort of slightly recessed and it is below the floor level of the rest of the boat. Now a lot of people genuinely look at this and think, oh, no one sleeps under there, surely that's only for kids. Genuinely, I myself have tried it. I've slept in there overnight. It's a great sleep. When you wake up, yeah, you're not quite looking at the New York skyline, but it is comfortable, it does the job, and as I said, they're an active weekender, so for the weekend it's perfectly fine. Now if you don't want to sleep there and you'd rather sit up top, this will drop down and you can lie down here. You can also just use it as a lounger. It's your boat, do as you please. A lot of people actually would typically use this area just while travelling underway. Now you can see you've got a forward navigator seat if you want to take in the views as you go by. You've got your grab rail there as well in case things get rough. You've still got plenty of access to your storage nets underneath. You've got plenty of access underneath there if you want to stow things as well. Loads of space. Very versatile, these new Quicksilvers actually. Every single sort of last inch has been well designed and thought out. So up on the bow, as I mentioned, there are 4-deck bathing cushions. You've also got an electric anchor winch with chain and an anchor. And you can see here, these are your demisters if you are travelling while wet. The sunroof, or as we should just call it today, the roof, slides open, locks into place just like that, but really makes a difference on a beautiful warm sunny day. Get that locked across, perfect. All I really think there is to do now is show you the engine. It's under there. She's powered by a 4.5 litre V6 200 horsepower petrol engine with little over 14 and a half hours run. There would still be, I think, roughly around 4 years manufacturer's warranty left on the engine as well. And in there you have got your fuel tank on the back, that is your onboard water tank, and then those are your batteries. Lots of space in the lazarette. You can also see just tucked away in here we've got our diesel heating tank for the onboard diesel heating system. Well, a very well spec'd, very well kept, nearly new, as I said at the beginning of the video, as brand new as pre-owned gets. Freshwater use only, all the extras that you could want: electric anchor winch, radar, diesel heating. Perfect for weekending in, exploring, a little bit of fishing if you want to do that as well. It's up to you, it could be your boat. I'm Ruben from Marine Sales Scotland, where fun in the water begins.